Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Dr. D's. We are back with another video. So today we are doing phase 2 out of 3. We already did phase 1 out of 3. For those of you guys that missed it, it was the top 10 booty clappers for GVG. Let's go. So this video is actually going to be the top 5 defenders and the top 5 supports for GVG. And keep in mind, we are excluding Lord Heroes, which honestly eliminates a lot of really good defenders because a lot of the really good defenders are Lords. But you know, I wanted to exclude them because they're going to be on phase 3 out of 3. So we are going to start with the top 5 best defenders for GVG. Go ahead, grab yourself some popcorn, enjoy the ride. Let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, so the gallery. Let's go down to the defenders. We're staying with the defenders the whole time. This is like one of the only phases where Olog wouldn't crack the top 5 or top 10 when it comes to defenders, mainly because of his ultimate. If you could make it to where you could turn his ultimate off, he would be the ultimate defender for GVG. But unfortunately, his ultimate makes it to where he can't do his passive. His passive is what makes him so special. He goes ahead and lays out that shield, and it's just, it will take forever and a day to kill this guy. But right when he pops his ultimate, you could go ahead and defeat him. So he's not on this list, guys. He's not on this list, but I will give him an honorable mention because he's on almost every single list I ever make when it comes to a defender, right? So at number 5, we have a guy that is a time-limited hero. He was one of the very first time-limited heroes when I first started playing this game. He's what drew me into this game because I saw a video with his cutscene and I was like, what game is this? I gotta play this game. This game's awesome. And then here we are a year and 4 months later, and I'm over here making content for it. So I'm glad that I saw this guy's cutscene. But at number 5, we are starting it off with my guy Captain Reeve. When you are building Captain Reeve for GVG, the best way to build him is giving him survivability. A lot of people want to focus on his attack, right? Because he does the chains, they come out, he keeps stunning the mobs, right? But that's not what you want to do. Not for GVG anyway. You want to build him in HP, defense, and rage regen. Those are the 3 things. You want him getting his ultimate back. This is what makes him so special. During the ultimate, each attack deals 200% AoE damage to multiple enemies around and inflicts stun on them. This effect lasts for 20 seconds. So basically, as we can see in his little scene over here, he just keeps whipping out these chains and they keep stunning everybody. What I like to do, because I did have a couple strategies with my guy Captain Reeve, I put a tankier defender in front of him and then I have him behind that tankier defender. So then if they get past, he'll start doing his chains, and also my booty clappers can go ahead and take care of everybody, and then hopefully he gets his ultimate back a second time and, you know, rinse and repeat, right? But I think rage regen's pretty important for my guy, mainly because it costs 1100 to get his rage back. So it takes forever and a day to get there. Hollow or LOM wouldn't be bad either. Then also right here, his passive, Packed with the Drowned, inflicts slow on 5 enemies in range. So he's always inflicting slow. He does his chains with his ultimate. Then he also restores a little bit of HP with this other passive. But the main thing is his crowd controls. That's what makes him good. And that's why he cracks number 5 on the list. And at number 4, we got an epic, ladies and gentlemen. The only epic to make this list. Yeah, that's right. You guys already know who it is. You guys probably go against him quite frequently. I actually just got clapped by a Barren team. You know what? I'll show you guys how I got clapped right after we go over this. So at number 4, shoot, I just gave it away. It's Barren. The thing that makes this guy so irritating, so annoying when you're going against him is, first off, his ultimate. He basically gives himself a shield, giving him more survivability. And then on top of that, he comes with unyielding. So you pair him with Carnelian, and it's going to be a bad day for the enemy team. You're really going to have to come out with some nasty strategy to try and take this guy down. I mean, he's just really hard to kill, especially if Carnelian is on that same team, or even Lily. Lily's a good one to pair with them as well. But let me show you guys how I got clapped just now. So right into here, let's see. We got my guy Tolkien. Tolkien has an awesome defense. He's the last man standing in his guild. We took out everybody except for this guy. I wanted to challenge myself. I was like, you know what? I think I can beat this guy. You know, let me give this guy a chance. Let me give it a shot, right? This is what happened. What an awesome strategy. So I threw out my speed guy, right? That's only to get Silas to get rid of his ultimate, right? But then I thought, okay, I can overtake him right here. I sent out these chicks. I thought I was going to be able to kill him. I thought wrong. I thought right here I was going to take him out. He was going to die. But look at that. He stayed alive. Carnelian kept him alive. And then basically when those two could not kill him, I was like, all right, it's basically over for your boy over here. But you know, this guy is he's a tricky one, guys. He is very, very tough to beat if you build him out correctly and put him in the right team. And then I thought I could just overpower, but it just didn't happen. I tried to send out my guys, you know, just stack the box, if you may. And then I thought I could get past them, but that didn't happen. That didn't happen. I just got my booty cheeks clapped. So Tolkien, hats off to you, brother. Hats off to you. What an awesome defense. But Barren cracks number 4 on the list. Oh, and also one other thing. I completely forgot. Sorry, I've been banging out. This is like my 3rd video today. I've been trying to do as many videos as possible because I am leaving for Korea tomorrow. I'll be gone for a couple weeks. So I'm trying to get out as many videos as I can. So it's going to be a busy night. But I completely forgot to give credit to Kapkamikaze. Huge shout out to Kapkamikaze. He helped me put this list together, and honestly, this was his idea. It was my idea for the GVG top 10 list, but then it was his idea to split them up and do it in 3 different segments. And on top of that, he just helped me with all 3 of the list, and I greatly appreciate it, Cap. I greatly appreciate it. Sorry, I should have said this in the beginning of the video. I completely forgot. I'm so sorry, but let's go ahead and get it right back into it. And at number 3, we got a chick that isn't your average defender. She doesn't do what a normal defender does, guys. She's a little different, which makes her pretty dang good. Makes her pretty dang good. We don't want all defenders to be the same. We need some that are a little different, and that's what she is. And she brings a lot to the table. And honestly, you see her in so many GVG strategies. It's not even funny how many strategies you see this chick in. You guys already know where I'm going with this. We got my girl Constance. Honestly, she could be higher on this list, but the defenders that I have at 1 and 2, I just think that they're a little bit better than her, but that doesn't change the fact of how good she is when it comes to GVG. Honestly, she's the beefed up version of Dolores. I use Dolores in a lot more phases of the game than I do my Constance, but when it comes to GVG, Constance is hands down better than Dolores. It's not even funny. So what makes her so special is the inspiration. I mean, we kind of already said that, right? But this is what makes her special. This is what it's all about. She also has a little bit of heals. Like she deals out a little bit of heals, but it's not anything special, right? The main thing is her inspiration, and that's what makes her special. I mean, there's not much more I could say about this chick. She is just an absolute beast, and she really helps your booty clappers just clap that much harder, mainly because of this ultimate right here. And that is why she cracks number 3 on the list. And at number 2, we got a guy that's just very hard to kill. He's like a brick house. You just can't go through him. It's like right when you think you got him, you don't got him, because he is a beefed up lion. All right, guys. At number 2, we got my main man Regulus. I mean, you guys probably see him in a lot of defensive strategies, and there's good reason for it. It's because he's all about survivability. You see this right here, damage sharing, and then also invincibility. You know what I'm saying? Invincibility. We like to see invincibility when it comes to our defenders. So first off, he's got this ultimate. He pops this ultimate. He increases his max HP by 40%, guys. 40%. His HP goes through the roof. Then on top of that, he absorbs 40% damage taken by adjacent allies, basically giving them survivability, keeping the squad alive. Then what makes him really good is this right here, this passive. Okay, not this passive, but this passive is still good though. For every 14 seconds of damage taken, inflict stun on all block targets, dealing 110% damage. This effect can be triggered up to 1 time every 10 seconds, so gives him a little bit of crowd controls. We like that, but this is what makes him so special. The Lion Heart. When Regulus's HP drops below 10%, he summons Holy Shelter and becomes immune to all damage for 8 seconds, up to 1 time per deployment. Honestly, it does kind of suck that's only 1 time per deployment, but this passive right here is what makes him so annoying, so irritating when you're going against him. Right when you think you got him, you don't got him. He just goes ahead and he becomes immune to everything. Then basically whoever you have on him just gets absolutely obliterated. So, you know, honestly, at 2, it was really a toss up between him and Constance. But ultimately, Regulus, I thought that number 2 was a good spot for him. So he cracks number 2. And at number 1, I think we all know who it is. Come on now. Come on now. Who's the most used defender in GVG? You guys already know what it is. It's my main man, Brock here. He's the little man. Honestly, this game disrespects little people. You got Cratch, Azor, you know, you got a bunch of little guys, and they just disrespect them by making them absolute garbage. But not my man Brock here. My man Brock here makes the little people feel good because he's just so good. He's so good for almost everything. I mean, let's take a look at these reviews. I didn't even look at these before I made this. Look at that, 5.0, 5.0, 5.0, 5.0, 5.0. I mean, anywhere you need a defender, Brock here is good for it. And especially for GVG. I know everybody sees Brock here in GVG. That's because he's that good. The thing about my guy Brock here is he's just hard to kill. The hardest when it comes to defenders that are non-lords. He's just so hard to kill. Not only does he grant physical damage reduction and magic damage reduction to adjacent allies, when possessing freeze grants physical damage reduction and magic damage reduction instead. This is just a higher version of it. So he's keeping the allies alive, right? He also has freeze in his kit where he freezes the enemy and makes it to where they can't move. Crowd controls, we like it. So not only did they make this guy super beefy, but they also made it to where he has good CCs. Then you come over here, this ultimate, my man turns into a block of ice. Look at this, boom. He gains a shield equal to 80% of his max HP during the effect of freeze. The freeze effect will disappear with the shield. That right there, hard to kill. All right, and then right after his ultimate, you're like, okay, I got this guy. I'm about to kill him. Let's go ahead and push on through. You thought wrong. You thought wrong. Right over here. No, not right there. Right here. When receiving fatal damage for the first time, the hero gains freeze and becomes immune to all damage for 8 seconds. 8 seconds is a very long time. Guess what happens in that 8-second span? The first thing is he gets healed full max health. That's the first thing. Second thing is your booty clappers will go ahead and take care of whoever is in front of him. And then the third thing is he's got his ultimate back. When the next mob comes through, he pops his ultimate and guess what? He turns into a block of ice again. I mean, this guy is the ultimate annoyance when you're going against him. Honestly, a lot of times people are like, screw it. I'm not going to kill him. I'm just going to have to go through him. We're either going to do the swarm where you send the mob and try to get him to go through, or we're going to do a flying strategy. I mean, if you build this guy right, he's just basically unkillable. He is basically unkillable, and that's why he cracks number 1 on the list. If you disagree with my list, hit me up in the comments. Let me know. Actually, we are not done. Sorry, it's been a long day. I've been recording a lot of videos. Now we're doing the supports. I still got to edit these videos, man. Oh man, this is going to be such a drag. But all right, let's go ahead. Top 5 supports. Now we have the top 5 supports. Let's go. We are halfway done with the video. So at number 5, we have a guy that I think he's a little underrated. I don't see enough people using him. And there's a problem with that because this guy is very good when it comes to keeping the squad alive, and he's very good for GVG. We got my main man Ezrin. You do have to build him in very high attack speed because he is single target healing, but at the same time, he comes with a very good kit. Okay, first off, he's got damage mitigation. That's the first thing. Damage taken at a time will not exceed 60% of max HP. So you're not going to go through and one-shot anybody, all right? Not on Ezrin's account. As long as Ezrin's there, he will keep the squad alive. Let's go. And on top of that, he's got this cool passive right here. When any allies HP drops below 30%, immediately grants a 200% attack-based healing to them. This effect can be triggered 1 time every 40 seconds. Basically, if someone is about to die, he says, hold up, I got you, bro. And he goes ahead and puts in a little overtime and goes ahead and heals him up. I mean, that's an awesome passive right there. But then on top of that, his other passive, this one right here, the hero can cast Verdant Rejuvenation, which is his ultimate, and Enlightened Breath, which is the passive we just saw, on allies beyond his attack range. Albeit with healing effects reduced by 60%. So this guy can reach everybody. He can reach everybody with this passive and this ultimate. I mean, it just makes him the ultimate healer, the ultimate GVG healer. And that's why he cracks number 5 on the list. And at number 4, we got a chick that can restore rage, and she's gosh dang good at restoring rage. If her range was a little bit better, then she would make it probably to number 1 on this list. But her range just sucks when it comes to GVG. We got my girl Elan. So Elan, first off, she's built like a gosh dang tree trunk, and you wouldn't expect anything less, guys. So right over here, she dispels all debuffs. I mean, this doesn't really matter. You don't really have to dispel debuffs, so I don't even know why I'm showing this, but she does heal. The main reason why she's making this list is because of this right here. Restores 1% rage every 5 seconds for all allies. So the cool thing about this is they don't have to be in her range in order for their rage to get restored. She can restore anyone's rage from anywhere on the field. Let's go. That's awesome. So again, the reason why she doesn't crack higher on this list, I mean, honestly, whenever it comes to most phases of the game, she'll be like number 1, right? I mean, she's just that good. But when it comes to GVG, me personally, I just don't like her being any higher than 4. I like her at 4 because of the rage that she's restoring, but I just don't like how her range, the way it's set for, not for Guild Wars anyway, for other strategies, like almost everything in the game, this range is awesome, but for GVG, not so much, because the guys that are outside of her range, they're more prone to dying because they're not getting healed. So I think 4 is a very good spot for my girl Elan. And at number 3, we have our first epic off the board, guys, our very first epic. She's the Rage Queen herself. We got my girl Hollow. Come on now. Come on now. How many strategies do you see with Hollow inside of it? I mean, need I say more? Need I say more? Not only does she have one of the best ranges in the whole entire game, she could capture everybody, guys. She could capture everybody, but what makes her so special is the fact this passive right here, when Light of Bliss is activated, recovers 0.6% rage for allies in the range every 1 second. I mean, it does not get much better than that, guys. It doesn't get much better. So basically, Light of Bliss is her ultimate, so she'll be dishing out the load of heals, and then on top of that, she's restoring the rage, and it just makes for a good day. You know, hey, it doesn't get much better than Hollow, guys. You guys already know Hollow is one of the best epics in the game, and when it comes to GVG, I mean, who doesn't use Hollow? Come on now. You see so many strategies with Hollow in it. That's because of how good she is and what she can do for the team, and that's mainly because of the rage, right? She just restores the rage, and if she restores it quickly, you pair her with someone like Silas, where he relies on his ultimate, it's just the ultimate duo. It is the ultimate duo, guys, but she cracks number 2 on the list. And at number 2, we have another epic, the only other epic that is on this list, guys. Now, I really like Hollow, but after taking a look at this chick's kit, I mean, there's honestly no comparison. You have to put this chick above Hollow because of what she could do for the squad. We got my girl Lily. I mean, let me just say, the fact that she has anti-death, that's what makes her special, guys. That's what makes her very special. But even her talent, it's kind of cool. When Thorny Protection is triggered, the saved ally gains damage increase. And this isn't a small damage increase. This is damage plus 30%. Mind is blown. You know, she's going to absolutely help the booty clappers clap, guys. Then on top of that, she quickly restores HP, blah, blah, blah. Additionally, the hero's healing multiplier on targets with HP below 40% is increased by 20%. She basically has a kit where she could keep the squad alive. Then what makes her special is this right here. Prevents incoming fatal damage 1 time for 1 ally in range, and immediately grants this ally a shield equal to 20% of their max HP for 10 seconds. The effect can only be triggered 1 time every 60 seconds. It does not get much better than that. But actually, wait, I stand corrected, it does. Another cool thing is she's part of the Piercer Lord faction. So you could put some pretty nasty strategies together with my girl Lily. And honestly, her kit's just absolutely insane. And it's honestly built for GVG. I mean, just like myself, you guys probably go against this chick a lot, and she's just an absolute stud muffin of a support, and she cracks number 2 on the list. And at number 1, we have the keep the squad alive queen herself, the person who is so annoying, and I use her on my squad just because of how good she is. She's honestly the beefed up version of Lily. Come on now. Come on now. You guys already know. It's my girl Carnelian. I mean, this chick's an absolute beast. She's got anti-death. Like I said, the beefed up version, anti-death to everybody, guys. Then on top of that, she has bounce heals. I mean, her heals are kind of trash, but she is part of the chaotic faction, so we don't need her heals to be that good. The main thing is she's keeping everyone alive. So this right here, we go right down here, grants soul essence to all allies with HP below 30% in range, and grants physical damage reduction and magic damage reduction to all allies in range. So as we can see inside of this little cutscene right here, watch, the guy's going to come in and you see these little red dots on top of Salazar and what is that, Aurum? Yeah, I think that's Aurum over there. It basically makes it to where these soul essence are in place. And what soul essence does is when receiving fatal damage, the bearer consumes the soul essence and becomes unyielding for 5 seconds. It's nasty, guys. It's nasty. She's also one of the best when it comes to GB2. If there is a 15-time banner that comes out on my girl Carnelian for the ancient summons, you guys need to go all out. I honestly wouldn't know what to do if I didn't have this chick on my account. I mean, oh man, she's just so good. She is so good. GVG and Guild Boss 2, absolute meta. Absolute meta. She's #1 on the list and she's #1 in our hearts. But that's all I got for tonight's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys disagree with the list, hit me up in the comments. If you guys agree with the list, hit me up in the comments. You guys have a great rest of your night and thank you for making it to the end.